This simple math problem is going to confuse a lot of people because you can do this in two different ways, two logical ways, and get good answers. So which one of these answers is right? Well, let's take a look at the question. We have 2 divided by 1 times 2, and it looks like we can get 1 as a good answer, but you can also get 4 as a good answer as well. So you have two logical answers, so which one is right and which one is wrong? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, and this is one of the most common basic math mistakes out there. Okay, so let's take a look at this problem, and one way we can do it, we have 2 divided by 1 times 2, is to start right here. So as long as you know how to multiply and divide, you may say, well, I'm going to start right here, and I have 1 times 2. So that is 2, and then I have 2 divided by 2, so that is 1. So this looks like a good answer. But another approach to doing this problem is to start right here. We could say, well, we have 2 divided by 1. Well, that is 2, and now I have 2 times 2, so my answer is 4. So here I did the multiplication right, and I also did the division right. So 1 looks like a good answer. But over here, I did the division correct, and I also did the multiplication right. So this is a good answer as well. So can this problem have two right answers? Well, the answer to that question is no. So the key to understanding this problem is doing it in the right order. Okay, so we need to figure out, should you do the division first or should we do the multiplication first? Because if you divide first, you're going to get one answer, but if you multiply first, you're going to get another answer. So to know the answer to this question, i.e. which do we do first, we need to understand something called the order of operations in mathematics. Okay, so things like division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, and even powers are what we call mathematical operations. And you need to know how to do a problem that has different mathematical operations. You need to know the correct order to do that problem. So that brings us to this lovely acronym right here called PEMDAS. Now I have it kind of written in a unique way. I kind of have the M and D grouped together and A and S grouped together, and I'll explain why in a second. But this is a checklist that we can follow from left to right. So let me go ahead and explain this. So P stands for parentheses. So if you have any parentheses in your problem, well, you're going to start there. But P also stands for grouping symbols. So anything that we can group numbers together, so we can use brackets or these kind of squiggly brackets, you're going to start right there. So for example, I could group this 1 and 2 together like that. So if your math problem has parentheses, you will start inside of those parentheses. But of course, our problem doesn't have that. So we'll talk about the next step. Okay, so the next step is E. Now, E stands for exponents, but basically you can think of this as powers. So when you have a power, this little number up here is called the exponent. So after you do all parentheses, you want to see if there are any powers in your problem. Now, as you're going through your checklist, if you don't have these things, you just skip to the next thing. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is M and D. Now, this stands for multiplication and division. A and S stands for addition and subtraction. But this is like one group. Now, here is the secret to doing this problem. So if you have any multiplication or division in your problem, you're going to do whatever you see first from left to right. Okay, so let me say that again. You're going to do whatever you see first from left to right. So if you see multiplication, then division from left to right, you're going to do the multiplication first and then divide. But if you have division, then multiplication, you'll do the division first because that's what you're seeing first from left to right. Now, when you're done with all multiplication and division, you'll move on to any addition and subtraction, and you'll do it the same way, whatever you see first from left to right. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual solution, and then we'll run through a few examples just to make sure you understand PEMDAS. Okay, so here is our PEMDAS checklist. Now, anytime you have a math problem with all different sorts of operations, you want to be thinking about PEMDAS. Now, if you're just kind of practicing math. If you forgot a lot of basic math, it's a kind of good idea to write this out and just use it, but at least have it mentally in your mind. Now let's take a look at this problem. Now this isn't our actual problem, but let's put in these parentheses right here. So do we have any parentheses? Yes, indeed we do. So that means we're going to start right here. We have 1 times 2. So 1 times 2 is 2. So now we have 2 divided by 2, which of course is 1. Okay, so P means do everything inside parentheses, and when you're done, you move on to the next thing or whatever remaining operations you have. But a lot of you looked at the problem and just said, you know what, I think I'm going to go ahead and start here. But really what you did is you inadvertently added in parentheses. Okay, you cannot do that, right? So if you don't see parentheses in your problem, you just can't add them in, especially when you have multiplication and division. So this is a very specific mathematical notation. Okay, so let's go back and just get the solution to this problem. So do we have any parentheses? No. Do we have any powers or exponents? The answer again is no. Do we have multiplication and division? Indeed we do. Okay, so we have division, then multiplication. What do we see first from left to right? We see division. So that means we have to start right here. So 2 divided by 1, of course, is 2. So our last step is 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay, so if you got that right, that is fantastic. You definitely get a nice little happy face and an A+. So let's take a look at a few other examples just to make sure you understand PEMDAS. Okay, so here are 3 examples, and here we have our PEMDAS acronym. Now, you should be able to do these problems without a calculator, just kind of using mental mathematics. Okay, so here's our first problem. We have 6 divided by 3 times 2. So what is the answer? Well, don't guess. Let's just kind of go through our checklist, right? So do we have any parentheses? No. Do we have any powers or exponents? No. Do we have multiplication and division? Yes. Yes. What do we see first from left to right? We see division. Okay, so 6 divided by 3 is 2. And of course, 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so that is the correct answer. All right, let's move on to our next practice problem. Now, in this problem, we have 6 divided by parentheses 3 times 2. So we're going to ask ourselves the same question. So do we have any parentheses? Yes. So you're going to start right here inside of the parentheses. So here we have 3 times 2. That is 6. And 6 divided by 6 is 1. Okay, so let's move on to our last example here. So this time we have 6 times 3 divided by 2. So do we have any parentheses? No. Do we have any powers or exponents? No. Do we have multiplication and division? Yes. What do we see first from left to right? We see multiplication. So we're going to start right here. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Okay, so hopefully this makes sense. And don't feel bad if you got this problem wrong. Okay, just kind of use this as a learning experience. But I could tell you right now, as a math teacher of several decades, many students, even really great students in algebra, even advanced mathematics, can make these little errors. So that's why you really want to focus on getting these fundamental concepts in mathematics down. Now, if you want additional help in mathematics, let me give you a few suggestions here. One, I have a ton of additional videos on my YouTube channel from basic math to advanced math. But if you really want to learn from me, make sure to check out my full main math courses. You can find links to those in the description of this video. Okay, so with all that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your math adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.